You can look at an old photograph and know exactly where it was taken, who stood beside you, and what year it was, but the person in the picture can still feel like a stranger. That creates a strange question. If the facts belong to your biography, but the experience doesn't feel like yours, what exactly is missing? This is the second episode of The Thread of You, a series about what allows a changing life to keep feeling like your life. Today, we're going to go deeper into memory. I want to show you why knowing what happened isn't always the same as remembering it from the inside, and why neither one automatically gives you a present sense of ownership. Let's go back to our previous example, Alex. Alex finds a photograph from a birthday dinner 15 years ago. Alex knows the restaurant, the date, who took the picture, and why everyone was laughing. If someone asked for the story, Alex could tell it, but looking at the photograph produces almost no familiarity. Alex knows the person in the picture is Alex. It just doesn't feel that way. Nothing in that experience by itself proves a diagnosis or a cause. It doesn't even prove that something's wrong. It gives us a human problem to understand. The difference between having information about your past and experiencing that past as part of your present life. Here are three distinctions I want to clarify about who you are and the thread of your personality: knowing, recollecting, and owning. Knowing means information about the event is available. You know where it happened, you know who was there, you know what happened before and after it. Recollecting means there's some subjective experience of remembering a personally lived event. You're not only stating the facts, you're remembering from somewhere inside the experience, even if the recollection is incomplete or not especially vivid. Let's make the definition clear. Felt ownership means the present sense that a remembered or otherwise known chapter belongs within your own life. It's the difference between saying, that happened, and the difference between sensing, that happened in my life. I am the person whose life contains it. These three can overlap, but they don't have to arrive with equal strength. Alex may know a great deal about the birthday dinner while having very little subjective recollection. Alex may also remember fragments of the scene while still feeling emotionally distant from the person who lived it. Don't treat these as three rungs on a ladder. Owning isn't a higher score than recollecting, and recollecting isn't a higher score than knowing. They answer different questions. What information is available? What can I remember from inside an event? And how do I relate to that chapter now? The goal is not to force all three into perfect alignment. The goal is to notice which part of the connection is present and which part is thin. That distinction is useful because autobiographical memory isn't one uniform thing. Psychology uses that phrase broadly for memory involving events and experiences from a person's own life. It can include specific event recollection, self related factual knowledge, or a mixture of both. For example, Alice may know the restaurant was a favorite place. Alice may know which friend always ordered dessert and know that the dinner happened after a difficult year. Some of that may come with a scene, a voice, or a felt point of view. Some may exist only as uh, biographical knowledge. Both can be part of autobiographical memory without being the same kind of remembering. Alex's knowledge may also have more than one route. The date may come from a photograph. The restaurant name may come from the calendar. Parts of the story may have been repeated by a family for years. Alex can know those details without knowing which ones arrived through direct recollection and which ones were learned later. That doesn't make the knowledge worthless. It means information about a life and a subjective experience of remembering that life aren't identical. Listen to the way that difference can sound. Alex might say, that person always ordered the same meal, and then correct it to, I always ordered the same meal. Both sentences point to Alex, but the first keeps the pictured person at a distance. Or Alex might describe the entire evening correctly and still feel as if the story was filed under Alex's name without being experienced from the center. That mismatch is the lived problem. The biography is available, the first person connection is weak. Autobiographical memory does more than one job. Facts about your life can remain available even when the felt experience of remembering is thin. The forms of memory can support your sense of continuity in different ways. So, when Alex says, I know that was me, but I don't feel connected to that person, the sentence isn't necessarily contradictory. The knowing may be present, the subjective recollection may be thin, and present ownership may be weaker still. The boundary that's important is this: remembering is reconstructive. In ordinary language, recall can rebuild an event from what was stored together with broader knowledge and familiar patterns. It isn't simply pressing a play, rather, pressing the play button on a complete recording. That doesn't mean every memory is fabricated. It means felt ownership and historical accuracy aren't the same question. In other words, something can feel deeply yours without every detail being exact. Something can feel distant without that distance proving it's false. Vividness and confidence don't independently verify accuracy. A photograph, a song, familiar room, or another person's agreement may prompt reflection or contribute information, but no single cue settles what historically happened. Ownership also isn't approval. Alex can recognize that an earlier chapter belongs within Alex's life while disliking decisions made in that chapter of their life. Alex can feel grief, embarrassment, tenderness, or anger toward the pictured person and still say, that was my life. Owning the chapter doesn't require defending it. It means refusing both erasure and forced sameness. The past can belong to you without becoming a command to remain who you were. Let's go back to the photograph. Alex notices an old jacket in the picture. The jacket brings back the sensation of carrying heavy keys in one pocket. A song from that year brings back the route home. A friend remembers an argument after dinner that Alex doesn't remember at all. None of those details has become a contest. The jacket and song can invite reflection. The friend's account can add one perspective. Alex can say, I don't remember that argument, without converting uncertainty into certainty. Alex can also say, I believe you remember it that way, without handing the friend total authority over Alex's history. This is where weak felt ownership may become observable. Alex may speak about the earlier self as if that person were a stranger. Alex may recite the biography with little present connection, avoid old objects, or lean heavily on somebody else's account. Those are possible expressions, not symptoms. Avoidance, distance, and reliance on another person can have many explanations. For example, Sam Vaknin describes identity as involving memories and lived experiences, but also relationships, beliefs, and values. That keeps one boundary clear here. Memory can support the thread of a life without becoming the entire person who lived it. Alex's dignity remains intact when recall is imperfect, and uncertainty doesn't prove that Alex is pretending. At the same time, Alex's distance from the birthday dinner doesn't erase impact. That friend from that night still gets to make present decisions about trust and access. Owning a chapter means relating honestly to it, not using distance as a shortcut, around what happened between people. By the way, ordinary forgetting is also different from clinically significant gaps. The NHS describes dissociative amnesia gaps as much more severe than normal forgetfulness. If gaps include lost time, cause substantial distress, interfere with daily functioning, or raise safety concerns, qualified assessment makes sense. That is a referral boundary, not a diagnosis, and this episode can't identify the cause. So, where can relationships help without taking over? The book OLNE invites voluntary conversations about personal history, formative moments, values, and shared experiences. It also protects boundaries and autonomy. Getting to know someone deeply doesn't mean prying, forcing disclosure, or deciding what another person's history must mean. A trusted witness can offer company and perspective by saying, "Here's what I remember," or "Here's what I noticed about you then." The friend may remember the argument while Alex remembers the drive home. Shared history doesn't require identical internal records, and the witness isn't the final authority over Alex's identity. The useful question is, what can each person say honestly, and where must uncertainty remain? Now that we understand distinction, I want to give you one compact practice. I call it the continuity archive. The continuity archive is a reflection exercise, not a clinical method, diagnostic tool, or historical verification process. The purpose is present day connection under uncertainty. If an object, song, place, written note, or witness contact increases distress, pressure, conflict, or danger, skip it or stop. There's no duty to disclose, process, reconcile, or continue at that point. The archive has five possible categories: one object, one song, one place, one value, and one trusted witness. Start with one category, not all five. For that one item, ask four questions. What do I know? What do I notice now? What remains uncertain? What seems continuous or changed? Going back to Alex, Alex starts with a song from the birthday year. Alex knows a song played often in the car. Alex notices a physical sense of familiarity and an image of the route home. Alex remains uncertain about the dinner argument. And Alex recognizes one thread that continued. Music has repeatedly helped Alex notice experiences that words didn't immediately reach. That's enough. The archive has worked if Alex finds one present connection, one difference, and one honest uncertainty. It hasn't settled the history or forced a feeling. It has simply created a more honest relationship with one piece of personal history. If Alex later includes a trusted witness, the invitation stays narrow. What do you remember? And what did you notice about me then? Alex can receive the answer as one account. Alex doesn't have to adopt it, argue with it, or use it to override uncertainty. This is the central lesson here. Knowing is not always recollecting. Recollecting is not always the same as present ownership. And ownership doesn't guarantee perfect accuracy. Erase impact or determine a person's worth. Memory can help connect the chapters. It doesn't have to become the whole book. In the next episode, we'll look at what happens when another person's attention becomes more convincing than your own continuity, and why being seen isn't the same as borrowing existence. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
I don't want the version who's frightening to stay in. I held you too close, like I could stop the changing. I don't want devotion built from locked doors. I want your honest hands when they choose this shore. Go where your heart I don't wanna own you, I wanna know you. I want the one who comes back on their own. Every open road still carry you toward me. Every open road still carry you home. Some days love is quiet, just a door left open. No chains on the future, no vows left broken. We can change like weather, still mean the same. Two people away, choosing the flame. Go where your heart can still hear it sing. Become who you are when no one is watching. And if you return, let it be because your name still felt light in the dark, in the rush. I don't wanna own you, I wanna know you. I want the one who comes back on their own. Every open road still carry you toward me. Every open road still carry you home. If we meet again, let it not be fear, let it be the calm of a love stayed clear. No locked up promise, no desperate hope, just two free hearts